do want to do quick introductions real quick because we do have some new faces with us today. So if you would tell us who you are and what your role is, that would be amazing. Tracy, we will start with you. I'm Tracy Thompson, virtual leader at Google Downtown. I am Haley Galen. I'm new at the Hilton Lexington Downtown. I will eventually be the wedding coordinator. I'm kind of shadowing Tracy for about a year, so I'm going to be tag teaming, but I'm responsible for all the wedding laws. I'm excited to be in the wedding community with you all.
Cool. I'm Brian Berkhead, owner of Added Touch. We do wedding coordination and control.
I'm Amanda, the Tracy Wedding Lady. I do all sorts of full-time business relations.
I'm Doug Smith. Doug Smith designs events. We do coordinating style.
I'm Tony from Hi-Fi DJ.
Hey, I'm Andy. I'm actually I live in Little City. Hi, I'm Elena. I'm the flight attendant catering, so we do catering, and then we also do catering. And then I'm also the owner of Pixie Dust Play, which is a
Pixie Dust.
the cooking of it. Hi, I'm Candace with Camp Ornament Design. I am a wedding planner.
I'm Matt, Riptide Productions, DJ and closer. Good to see everybody.
I'm Kaylee. I'm from Chenault Vineyards. I used to bartend there for about 3 years, but now I'm doing marketing and small event coordinating.
I'm Sarah. I'm an event coordinator at Chenault.
I'm Nick. I do videography for Transit.
I'm Michelle, photographer.
I'm Stacey, and I have been GM for Chenault.
I'm Tony. I'm the wedding event specialist for City Barbecue, and we do barbecue.
For those of you that had headshots done last month, I got that link literally an hour ago. So I will be sending that over here shortly. She said they may not have all uploaded yet, but they should be all uploaded by the end of the day if they're not there now. I did send an email with all the upcoming networking days, so please be sure to put those on your calendars. Today's speaker is Joanna. Joanna is like a master of all the things. I have known of her for several years now. I had not actually gotten to meet her until recently, I guess today. This is her first time in person.
Yeah.
Also soon. But she was actually nominated for a Bravo Award not long ago. And that was, I've been looking for somebody to talk about AI and how we can use that for our business. And the day I was at the Bravo lunch, I was like, Joanna knows all the AI stuff. So that's how she ended up here today. And then before we roll into that, while Tony has her mouth full, she was actually giving us some statistics from software that they use at City Barbecue. And so I was like, is this stuff that we can be doing with AI? And it's like, yes, absolutely. So she was talking about with City Barbecue, they were pulling some statistics for their 13 stores, 13 districts, 13 markets. And most of the markets, the couples booked City Barbecue how many months in advance?
Most of them were about a year out, but there were some markets that were more like industry standard that were like a year to a year and a half. But mine, it was a lot different than everyone else's. Mine was only 6 to 8 months out. So when I tell people I'm the last minute catering queen, that's why. And now I have the stats to prove it.
So that's like Washington Louisville market. So that the stats, I love having the stats to kind of prove what we talk about all the time. And I'm sure she's going to join us to share how we can find those things today.
Awesome. Yay. All right, let me just make sure I got this here. Tony, I might be using this one here with you. All right. Hi, good afternoon, good noon. It's so nice to be out and to see whatever that is, the yellow thing outside, which is the sun. It has been quite some time when we saw that one. So when I had a conversation with Sarah, AI is such a broad thing, right? It's such a broad topic, but I want to dial it down to one of the things that we specialize in. But I'm not going to dive into AI right away. I want you all to understand the journey that you're trying to build in your business as well as your client journey for you to identify which AI tool you are going to incorporate in those different stages. So a little bit about me. My name is Joanna Shero. So I am the founder of EmpowerSoft. We are an all-in-one system CRM solution. So That's one thing. When you want data into that one, CRM is the best way, wherein you put all of those information in, you can analyze the data, and then you can interpret it as well, and tying it up with particularly with voice AI. That's one of the products that we are offering. I started as a digital marketing agency doing a lot of website and design, and that was under the Savvy Chic Design LLC brand as well. As you all know, we love putting in multiple hats, so we create multiple business and kind of wonder like, hold on, there's too much brand going on, let's streamline. So we kind of rebranded as EmpowerSoft. So I'm born and raised in the Philippines, been here for 10 years, trying no technical background. I'm a self-taught. Canva is one of my passion tools that I really love. So I actually just came back from LA for the Canva Create because I'm one of their Canva expert as well. But I just love being able to empower businesses with the things that I know because, you know, we all have our expertise and passion. So I try to always do speaking engagement as well as training online. You'll always see me online, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube as well. Overview and what we are going to be learning is that just understanding the concept of client journey. Each of our businesses has different type of client journey, right? Learning the AI fundamental, just basic things. What's generative AI, general AI, narrow AI, like all of this AI that we all hear right now. It's just a matter of us embracing it and knowing which AI tool can help us. We always have the fear of the unknown, right? Remember during the cell phone era, the internet era, there's a lot of hesitation that happens to that one. But at the end of the day, how can we educate ourselves and then as well make a good decision on whether we're going to implement that one or not? And see how voice AI enhance automation right now, and also kind of leave actionable tools that you yourself can go through and hope that this would help a lot. So that's going to be more of my focus. So I know it said AI, but again, right? So I just kind of want to preface this training because I really had to tell Sarah, hey, this is the type of AI that I want to focus in. So just by show of hands, I know we're a combination. I know some of you are working in a business. Either how long have you been working in that company, and also how long have you been a business owner as well? Anyone just starting? Awesome. And over 1 to 3 years? Okay. Over 3 years. Perfect. And managing a team right now. All right. So the reason why first thing I've asked on that one is because once you build through your business, right, you end up creating the client journey on where you acquire and you retain your clients. And that is one thing that we need to clearly understand. Because when you clearly understand all of those stages, you're able to identify how can tools, systems, and AI can help in your business and in your process. We always say CRM, workflow, automation, these are all part of this one. And AI, once added to that, helps more of those automation and workflow as well. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you in your current client journey? When I say client journey, it's really from acquisition to your retention. 1 to 10, 1, 2, kind of mix, maybe a little bit in between. All right. So why is that? Because here's the thing right now. If you agree with this one, this is the modern couple's expectation right now. Instant responses, personalized experience, seamless communication, and tech-savvy interaction. Because your next, people who will be getting married are now born in 2000, 1990, because my stepson is already 26. I told him, hold on, not yet. 4 more years, you just graduated in law school. You need to build, maybe in 5 more years, right? So these are the things right now. And as a business owner or a service provider, it can really be exhausting. Manual things, phone call, email, ding on your messenger, left and right. Sometimes I know I've replied to you, Sarah, but when I look at my DM, there's nothing there because I totally forgot, right? It can really be overwhelming. And this is what modern couples expect us right now, or in your industry right now, to do, right? But what are the common frustration in wedding planning? If you might agree with this, high volume of inquiries and repetitive questions. I mean, how many times I've just answered this one in one couple, asking again, right? There are AI web chats that can really go through and just feed frequently questioned. And when they type something, it just answers all of those things, right? So that is in your website. If you want to incorporate that one, that is also one tool that there is. Scheduling difficulties and miscommunication. Just for example, we are here right now. You allotted 2 hours of your time to sit down to listen in. How many missed calls do you think you'll have, or text or email, in just a span of 1 hour? That might be 2, 3, right? It might come for a lead, and that lead is already what? What's the most value that you have on a lead? How much? Maybe 3,000. Let's just say like DJ. Like if somebody want to hire you, what is the cost of that lead, of that potential business? Yes. So okay, 1,500 to 2,000, right? So put that aside and think, oh, I'm not able to answer. What is the next thing that somebody who's looking for a DJ do if you didn't answer? Okay, and if you answered, you can have the 15 to 200,000, right? So you see how there could be missed opportunities, and it can be so overwhelming if we are really doing all the things that we're doing. So now let's think of possibility. How can AI integrate all of those things, right? So another thing is managing client expectation and real-time updates. Like, I just actually talked to you. Now you want, all of these things. I need an update. I need all of these things. And you might have experienced this one, and wherein automation comes into play when you're subscribing into something. Businesses that have really incorporated a workflow, a process, or maybe an AI communication. Like you go to their widget, right? You get a notification. And then after that, either you have an email or you subscribe to something, you get an email automation, right? So these are all the things that are tying up together to create a better client journey. And this is something that I would like to do as well, is that the post, event, and follow-ups, it's very important. Because it's just like number one thing that I myself is so guilty is even asking for a review. So there's already a way that you can integrate an automation with the asking review right away, and then AI can be integrated to create some, response. Because the more faster we response into a review, the better the whoever gave that review a little bit more feeling much more better. And if it's a negative review, you can also automate that one and saying like, hey, I apologize for that. How can we do it? That doesn't take time, like for you to reply or sit down in your Google My Business and reply all of those things, or even hire assistants, right? So there are a lot of things that you can do right now as well. So which part of your process you wish to automate? If you have a dream wish like that, from your acquisition to your retention, which part you kind of want to automate in your business? Any hands, or like follow up? Okay. And would you prefer follow up through email, how to call? What are your ideal wish?
Email, that's how primarily we do it.
Okay. All right. Anyone else who'd love to if I could just automate this one?
So the frequently asked questions.
Yes.
Could you do end up just answering the exact same thing
Mhm.
over and over and over again? And it might even be information like you've already given them
Yes.
before.
And would you prefer that to be emailed, call, voice, text, if ever you have? Okay. Any. Yes. Right. And that's also the good thing about when we talk about AI, is that what you feed AI is basically what it grows upon, right? It's what you feed the data. That's where they give it, and they grow from there. That's where the deep learning is going into, right? So here's the thing. List your current, or think of your current form of basically your journey, right? So normally it starts with inquiry, consultation, booking, planning, day off, follow-up. That's like the cycle that we have, right? And where do you lose time or your leads is basically which stages of this. So that's where you kind of integrate, okay, I'm really losing a lot of leads through phone call, because now there's actually what you call a process of missed call text back. We set it in a system. It's basically a software system. You tell them, hey, If somebody call this and I don't answer within how many seconds, automatically get a text to say, hey, sorry I missed your call. I'm currently in a meeting right now. Here's my calendar link. Book a call and then I'll be right with you. So just imagine how that could really work in your process of automation. So now, again, I'm going back. I'm not talking right now on AI. I'm going back and understanding your client journey so that you can identify which part is a bottleneck, which available AI is there, and how can it help me in my client journey. Because if follow-up is something that is really hard, let's integrate either a form in your website that gets triggered into a series of email automation after which event, or integrate also a voice AI that can call them and ask some questions, get some data, you get the transcript, you can see everything, and now you're empowering your whole process. And your team can even, or your staff or yourself can go back into those information and help you out. All right? So that's one thing that I kind of want to emphasize as well. Because here's the thing, right? Identifying the cost per lead. So for example, we spend $500 per month on ads. I get at least 10 or 50 leads. So basically, math is just $10 per lead. So if you miss 5 inquiries, you wasted $50, and your potential $3,000 to $5,000 for that event is already lost. So these are the challenges that we all have, and we're trying to find solution on how technology and AI can help us. And one of the key things that we really do is really the voice AI, which we're going to demo. We're going to see how that works, just for you to understand what is out there, especially with the voice interaction. No more press 1 for English, press 2 for this. It's really going to be a communication because we feed the AI system with information about your business, and then it can address follow-up, frequently asked question, basic information about your business. But the main goal of the voice AI is to book an appointment with you and in your calendar. So that's one thing we're going to do. So now I know like why client journey matters. I'm so passionate about this is because even me myself, I really fall into the cracks at times. I have to remind myself again, is because emotionally driven industry. This is an emotional time, right? Wedding, my in-laws, it's going to be like, I want to make sure that my video is good, the makeup artist that I'm going to hire, the photographer. So it's really such a emotional driven industry. And then mapping out this journey really is experiencing a better, smooth experience for you as a provider and also as a planner, because you are putting intentional resources and activities that can really help the experience. And it reduces burnout. I mean, we've been there. We wear multiple hats. It's so exhausting sometimes. We go from left and right. We have checklists and everything. So it's really just hard, right? I mean, the good thing right now with ChatGPT, I can really I love the mic option, really. Like when the desktop had that one, I said like, okay, I need a checklist for X, Y, and Z. My tool right now, what I do is that I record in Loom Video my process, because Loom Video transcribe, right? And then I pull out the transcribe, and then I put it in ChatGPT, and then I break it down. Based on this is my current SOP for this stage. Break it down into sections and segments. So now I have all of those. Simplify things, because for us, especially in this industry, our process is our key from in at the beginning, right? And when we hand over to our staff, like you, and now you're being shadowed for 1 year, like me, I'm so guilty. We were talking about that when we have a team. It's actually the transference of information is the hardest part as a business owner, because I know it's in my mind. Now I'm going to write it into paper. Now I'm going to train her. Now I'm going to show it to her. So why don't you use that tool, right? Either Loom Videos. I haven't used really Zoom, but unless I integrate the AI like transcriber, you can do that one. But Loom Video is very useful for me in explaining things in video, because I could just give the link as well to the client or to my provider, and then I transcribe it. I put it to ChatGPT, break it down, and then help me a lot as well with that one, right? So that is why it's always important too. So in traditional marketing, you do have this cycle in your funnel, which I'm not going to be discussing, But again, this is why I'd love for you to talk about, to look at the bow tie journey, because this is basically ought to be your mindset as a provider. It's like a bow tie because your acquisition or everything that has to do with your retention. Now, for example, another thing, for example, if you go in Instagram or in Facebook, you see those content that say, hey, comment demo in the chat, comment wedding, comment photography, comment video. I could actually tie up. There's a tool. It's ManyChat. It's more of a series of sequence. Basically, we're telling them if somebody comment on this particular post with a demo, do this action, send them the checklist on the DM. So that is a workflow type of process. So just imagine if you are investing on TikTok or in Instagram, or you're doing all of this content, what you say. So you're more intentional in capturing, because the reason why we're marketing is we want to capture these people so that they can give us the name, their phone number, and their email. Those are our biggest asset as a business provider. Those are the things that we want. And when you integrate all of these things, right? So imagine, hey, comment wedding. I give you a checklist that you need to know. Check your DM. Now you have their name and information. I can then set up a workflow behind the scene that, oh, I already have Joanna. I'm going to send an email follow-up on the third day. How was the checklist? Right? Now I have that in my disclaimer there because they gave me my name. I can say, hey, disclaimer, you providing me your information, you're allowing me to contact you either via email, SMS, phone call, or voice AI. Now my voice AI has that information. I can then call this person to book a call with Joanna. So you see how the progression is. It's allowing you to, I need to acquire them. I need to nurture them, because nowadays it takes multiple touch points before someone hires us or you. Like, how many meetings do you have for a certain couple, right? Like 2, 3, 5, and then they say, oh, I'll get back to you, and then they'll move in again, and then you'll follow up again. So there's a lot of touch points. So when you know, okay, in my acquisition, I'm gonna use social media. In my social media, I'm gonna capture them. In my social media as well, I can't write all this caption. I'm gonna use either ChatGPT to give me 10 ways, and also in Canva, there's already Canva AI and Canva Write AI, so you can also use those information if you want to. It really empowers all your acquisition and your retention part of your service. Because again, there's a lot of AI right now. Just look into AI for, I did, because I was looking for a jingle for the business. So I had AI song, and I just did ChatGPT, make me lyrics on this song, put it in AI song, and then gave me a rap. Like, okay, now that's scary, but kind of just like, okay, now I have a jingle for the business. So these are just some creative ways that you can, okay, this is just so crazy, right? So email marketing, there's photo AI already, like you see all of those action figures AI, so those are fun. So all the creative ways are being integrated right now. So when you understand again your client journey, it just makes you know which one will I invest where, right? Because it can really be over. Okay, for me, to be honest, I really just have ChatGPT. I love ChatGPT. I feed all of those, and I even asked him like, what was my weakest point? It gave me all of this. I feel like, oh, I'm gonna reflect. I feel like I'm gonna go to therapy with this result. Like, this is just crazy, right? So all of those things as well. So basic information of AI. I mean, we all know, right? You can always Google this, but I kind of tried to say, hey, it's an artificial intelligence right now. I mean, AI has been existing since 1956 when it first got coined. So artificial intelligence has really been there. It's just now it's front and center in our face. It's just more B2B before, medical research, all of these things are the one, right? So it really is machine learning as well. So just for concept, when you Siri, like, hey Siri, tell me this. Hey Siri, where is this? Alexa, that is more of a narrow. They just do a certain type of task in AI. So now with the voice AI, that is the next set. It's a general. They now interact with you. So any AI, it's getting more high tech because what we're doing, we're feeding it a lot of information. Like for example, later on, I just feed the voice AI with basic script. When you call the voice AI, it learns from your conversation, right? Because there are different questions. Then customer two again learns, do another thing. So you might be wondering, you only feed like one sheet of information, like where did you get all of this information, right? Because it really is deep learning and it can be scary, but but then again, right? You just have to see how it can really help you. And super intelligent. This is something that they always like to do, or the next stage that they're doing, just basically kind of replacing some of the things that human do. But human will always still be there because we need to feed and quality check the AI as well. So, right? So, machine learning, you heard about this. It's basic algorithm. The very first thing that we know about AI is Facebook. You know how like, oh, my post is not, oh, it's not getting here. It's basically algorithm. It's reading all the data. Like for example, right? You post something, your viewers really love it. Now it's learning. Oh, they like this post about this wedding in spring. So I'm gonna keep pushing it. And then you keep putting content. Now it keeps pushing it. So it's really learning. Then the more you push information, the deeper it goes into, because all the data that is being open being captured everywhere, right? So if you go to ChatGPT, there's now like the search, and then there's DeepSeek, and then there's the voice, and there's the I think right now it's a 4.0 setup right now. So it's really more on deeper learning as well. Again, you'll notice it. I've been using it for like close to maybe 2 years. I mean, it knows more than me about about myself, like how I am as a business owner, how I am as a person, what's my favorite things, because I feed them, right? Like create this recipe, oh, follow this, or like all of these things. So again, what you feed is what it's really learning a lot. So again, it's really just being able to see what are the things that you can do with AI. So with AI, it's really data collection. It gathers, it processes information, and then it trains, right? It learns from patterns. So again, algorithm. They always say, oh, post every 7 p.m. because the algorithm is learning from there. And then the more it is, the more it pushes, and then it changes again because of the attitude of the data that we give. So again, it also applies with learn and make prediction and decision making because it's data pattern. So like for example, right, if you input a spreadsheet on a certain, it can scan through information of data. I mean, I remember before, right, we have reports, we analyze it, human, now machine is really learning and helping it more produce. And of course, feedback loop, it improves over time based on the outcome and the new data that we are doing. So just imagine that one in your business or in your work. How can AI help you be more effective and efficient in a way that sometimes make us faster? It alleviates that stare screen. Trust me, writing is not my strength. Like without ChatGPT before, I'm really just like, newsletter, hold on, what topic? And I'm staring at the white blank and I'm, nope, I'm gonna hire a copywriter. Now I can really be the copywriter. So yeah, because it's costly to also hire that output as well. So you'll have some chat bots, virtual assistants. Those are some things, right? Product recommendation by Netflix. Those are AI because of the pattern again and data. So if you want horror movies, you'll see like your top pick. Like, okay, these are all my favorites. Or maybe not. Maybe your son kind of just play around with your account. Now you're having all of those cartoons, right? So fraud detection in banking, that's one thing that has already been implemented as well. Smart home devices, which we love, and self-driving cars. Went to LA, was that Waygo, the self no driver car. It's all the camera. Like I feel so bulky. Like okay, but it's fancy though. But I don't want to be looping in the parking lot because I can't go. I saw that TikTok. It's like, oh, I don't want that experience, right? So how can we help the frustration when it comes to the things that really get us stuck and allowing AI workflow and automation help us, right? So again, going back, I've really said like, hey, let's focus on voice AI because that is one thing that I really realized that we miss a lot of calls. And again, if one call costs us 1500, imagine 1500 times 3 in a week times 4 weeks, how many dollars and thousands are we missing? And I know we can hire people, we can train people, but sometimes it does take number one, AI doesn't sleep, AI doesn't get sick, and you have a fixed cost. Of course, the minutes might stagger it on, but then again, right? You are then eliminating some things. You can then feed an AI with frequently asked questions. You can then let them know information about your business that they can book a call and also escalate things. So there's two types of voice AI. There's the inbound and the outbound, just like how we call it. Currently, in terms of outbound, by law, we cannot just be cold calling because we don't want to be part of that. So we need to make sure that people we call for outbound opt in into our either form, service, asking permission that they can be called. So that's how the voice AI works. So what we did is that I did purchase a license so that I can integrate it with also the licensed CRM that we have so that it can talk together. Because voice AI automation basically can insert personalized interaction. It can automate responses for frequently asked questions. It can be 24/7 available, enhancing client satisfaction and real-time client update and notification if needed because we tied it up with a workflow and an automation. Okay, so how does that help you? Again, it's just basic thing, right? I think that, okay, yep. So it can help in the initial inquiry, consultation, the planning phase, post-event. So just think of voice AI, anything that basically if you're gonna hire a front desk or a staff or a VA to answer a call, like what are those tasks? Answering questions, making sure that, okay, I'll book you an appointment with Joanna. Oh, okay, let me double check on the availability. Oh yes, this is the service that we provide. Yep, we're closed on 24/7. So just imagine if you're paying $7.50 or $8 or $12 staff just to do that one. It can really be repetitive and can be a cost, right? So what if we automate all of those things as well? So normally what we do is that we do have the backend system. You can choose from a male and female voice on how you have the ethnicity. You can have a Spanish, you have like British, Indian, depending on that scenario. So currently our system does have 13 languages, but as I tested, some of my French, friends like, that doesn't sound good, all right? Or the Japanese keep one. Okay, fine. I'm gonna stick. I cannot do all of those. So let me just see if I can. Yes. I have. Let me just make sure if I can. All right. So let's see if I can do Susan. Right. Oh, hold on. All right. Let me just open this and let's see. If I can. Oh, maybe my volume is because I am. Give me a moment. Let me make sure that I can, so that I'm just sharing as well. Sound. Output, there we go.
Hello, I'm Adam, your Thinker.ai voice assistant. How can I be of service?
All right, so.
Allô, je m'appelle Alexandre. Je suis heureux de vous aider.
So that's like some of the.
Hey, I'm Brian, ready to get going. Whatever you need, consider it done promptly. What are we working on right now?
So as you can see, it's really way different now, right? From the
Hallo,
regular.
ik ben uw vertrouwde Nederlandse stem. Klaar om met uw klanten te praten en ze op hun gemak te stellen.
So those are like,
Hallo, wenn Sie eine Stimme brauchen, um auf Deutsch zu kommunizieren, bin ich die Richtige für Sie.
of course, right? We're not going to use that one, but those are just some. But my favorite is actually Max and Susan. I love Susan.
Hi, I'm Susan. I'm all ears for whatever you feel like sharing today. What's up?
Okay, so that's just like, so currently right now, that's how the voice AI are. Like that is way, way, way better than the please press 1, please press 2, you know, all of those things, right? So now as you can see, it's really is evolving. So now if who would like to actually call this number, so you can call this number. So I've programmed this one just to basically KY tie the knot wedding services. Okay, that's what the business, I kind of just tied it up to make sure that you can have a sample on this one. You can call it, you can put in speaker. There might be a drop on the first one, but try to talk and ask Susan some information if you want to. So this is just letting you see the power of voice AI right now and see whether this is something that can be incorporated in the company, in your business, or all of those things as well. So you want to test it out. Who has a phone? You want a phone? Okay, mine. Yeah, try to call it and just put in speaker. And here's the thing with AI, you can call it multiple times. So if one can call, put it on speaker and just try to talk and just see how you think.
What locations do you serve?
We're based in Kentucky and serve weddings throughout the region. If you have a specific location in mind, feel free to share, and I can confirm if we can accommodate it.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
So that basically just that. But if you want to have another conversation that is just like, just imagine that you are somebody who's inquiring, go ahead and do that. And then you can just test it, like test it out. So as you can see, I feed the AI with how are you going to answer the call? Answer it this way. And then how are you going to interact professionally, nice? So you have to dictate this. It's just like you're training a salesperson right now, right? And then you then feed what are the primary goal of what's my goal right now is to provide information and book a consultation with Joanna. All right, what are the key information that I need to know in order for me to know what your business is about? So maybe about your business, about your services, about some frequently asked question, right? And then as again, I mentioned, the more somebody call that number, it will then go and learn all of those information. So you can try to call again and it should have like, try to see, I think I've tied it up with a calendar because it will say, would you like to book a call with Joanna? And then what will happen is that she will look into my calendar because currently the voice AI is integrated in our CRM. So it will look for the calendar availability. So it will say, yep, are you available? What's the next available thing you would love to? You want to call again and see? Yep. Try to engage on it. This is why I did this one, like made a script because I want you all to see it in your own industry, right? How does it work? So imagine if you're at night and somebody remember like, oh, I need to call a planner because my wedding is in 6 months, or like, you know, somebody's answering while you're calling, right? And say, hey, I am a voice assistant right now, but how can I help you?
Are you booked on June 7th?
I can check availability for June 7th for you. Could you let me know the duration you'd like for the consultation, 30 or 60 minutes? Also, are you in the Eastern time zone, or would you like me to adjust for a different time zone?
How about 4 o'clock Eastern?
It looks like there are no available slots at 4 p.m. Eastern on June 7th. Would you like me to check for other available times close to
What's the first available? What about June 6th? One 15 works.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's just like so it's basically key information, right? You can also say, hey, when's your wedding, or like, is this for a DJ, or what a show? So it's basically you asking, just like you are qualifying a lead to ask for an appointment with you. So that is just like how the voice AI currently is working right now. Number one, it sounds way not robotic. We're teaching it to be more a bit empathetic. The one time I said like, oh, Kentucky lost. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that one. Looks like you're Kentucky, avid fan, but how can I help you today? So now it's really kind of just like deviating with the main goal to book an appointment, right? So here's one thing. You can scan this one. There's going to be, now this is the outbound version. So that one, you calling the number, right? So it's like a front desk. You're calling them. So if you scan this one, you fill out the information. There's going to be a drop down that says wedding planner. So it's going to call you this time. So it's going to be from this number. It's a Daytona number because I had to buy some numbers. I go, okay.
If you ask for something just completely off the wall, will it just auto ask to schedule a call?
Sometimes it will say, oh, I don't have that information. But yes, sometimes like, hey, Joanna might be the good person to answer this one. Would you like to schedule a call? So because we really told the AI that your main goal is to book a call with Joanna. And then the calendar, it will look. So that's also something we're trying to work on, because the calendar, it will really move on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next, until they found a date. Or if not, sometimes that's where indeed some clients get frustrated, because like, oh, I'm already 2 weeks out. But then again, right, what you feed your calendar is what the AI will be looking for. So those are just some tricks as well. So yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Can you like essentially give it a script to start with? Like, if I were you something like this, I would want it to like self-identify at the beginning of like, hey, I am AI, but I'm here to help. Like,
Yes.
You make it. I just like
Yes. Yeah.
self-proclaim the robot this.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And then when you really say, hey, are you yep, are you a person? They will, yeah.
Like, my good friend Michelle told me, oh, PT Dubs, I'm not real.
No, you have to select. Currently, right now, no, we're not cloning it. Or it will be there soon, but ooh, yeah, that's one thing that people are like, can I clone my own voice? Like, sure, yeah. But right now, we're just doing the avatars right now. So yeah, so that one you experience the call out. So if in your website, right, you can say, hey, 24/7 frequently asked question support. You want to book with me? Here's fill out the form, and then the disclaimer that will say a voice AI will call you within a few minutes. And then it will call. Hey, sorry I missed it, because the main intention, there's two ways, right? You know how people you put your calendar already on your website, and for the love of Jiminy Cricket still doesn't book and choose your calendar. So this is just another touch point. Like, hey, you filled out our information. You're interested to learn about a photography service, a video service, or X, Y, and G services. Would you like to schedule a call with? Right? So now you're putting them into your calendar. So that is the main goal right now. And we really simplify it. You don't have to create like prompts, you know how like in chat prompts and you master it. So what we're doing is that you feed it with script. So in the back end, it will say, how do you want for it to initially introduce themselves? So there, hey, I'm Susan. I'm a voice AI assistant. How can I help you? What are the information? Basically, give me the name, information. What is the information? It's basically just like a script. So that's how we integrate voice AI right now. And that's also one thing I'm kind of like, I think this is something that is a little bit more, it's not like a regular chat GPT prompt or like AI that I'm sharing, but really something that you can use should you decide to use it into your business. So it goes hand in hand with that process as well. So there are scenarios, frequently asked questions, sales purposes, and all other things that we have incorporated as well. So any questions so far?
Everyone here know what ChatGPT is that she's talking about?
Yes. It's like our best friend. It's my best friend right now. Like, give me 10 social media posts. Mine is Marcus. And then my voice AI is Ella. Hi, Ella. So yeah. Yeah. Like yeah. Like all this avatar and all this everything. But yeah, I mean, this is one thing that I'm really passionate about because I believe that we, like again, I've mentioned is that voice AI is something that can help with the main intention of really booking that call. It's just really how can you incorporate that one in your client journey. So that's just like, is it going to be in the inquiry? Is it going to be on the acquisition and retention? Because you can also say, hey, you know, you can after the wedding or after the event, hey, how was the photo? Hey, this is Susan, voice AI of X, Y, and Z. We're just calling in to see a feedback on how your experience with the photo and the video, anything of, and then of course, right? Hey, one of our promo right now, if you know anyone is getting married by June, we have a 10% discount. You know, all of these things that you can use. But one thing though is that the very beginning setup can take time because you are really orienting the AI, setting it up, making sure workflow is followed up because you should be getting a SMS text from me, right? Saying like, you have completed the demo. I think for those, so you see how like those are the follow-up and automation because we can also set up like when they call, they get a text. So for example, hey, I want to do a checklist, X, Y, and Z. Yep, I'll send you an email or a reminders, a calendar reminder. So these are all tied up with AI, workflow, automation, and then also encompass in a CRM platform as well. And one question I get asked, which I will share, is that phone numbers. So we need to purchase a dedicated phone number for the AI, but we have a way to forward it to your own number. So, you know, escalation, we tell the AI that these are the scenarios if they want to be escalated. So now it forwards to you. One thing we're trying to trace right now and fix is that, you know, it's gonna be just a number, like, you know, whatever purchase number, it will call you and then you can pick up and then you can answer from there. And calls are recorded and transcribed so that you can do the quality check and making sure that your AI is not growing rogue and making sure everything is in tune as well with that one. So I hope, yeah.
So, you said you can tie an SMS to it, and the SMS be the first thing of being like, hey, you're about to receive a call, here's the number it's going to come from. Because I don't know if anybody's like me, but like, if you're not in my phone, I'm not in my number.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're promising on the other end of it.
Yeah.
So like, I love the idea of that. And then you just said, right, it can be called and transcribed.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get the audio file?
Yes.
Because like an application I could see, like for my wedding clients, is what if I use this to collect audio reviews and I could use them in my reels and things like that. So like while I'm showing photos, people are like, oh my god, Michelle, like made my dream come true. And I have that audio file being collected in a way, and I think like I come up against, because I'm old and crusty, I come up against this thought of like, I hate the thought of someone having to talk to a robot. But I'm not a robot, but I was thinking of it as a robot.
Yes.
But I think like in the review way, it actually might be comforting
Yeah.
jitters.
Yeah.
So like, could you see?
Yes, we can create a workflow. It's either we input things on a form, like when, or like for example, a trigger that says, hey, here's my mind right now, either your list of clients that you want to ask review, we can either tag them, and then when the tag is first done, you send an SMS. Like, hey, this is X, Y, and Z. Please do expect the one that you have.
Could they respond to the text and pick a time slot?
Oh, that's a good thing. It can be a calendar. I haven't tried that scenario yet, but it's worth looking into. I can talk with our developer and see would that be. But right now, with your request, is either you tag people like, hey, this is the people that I want to call, then it sends them an SMS, and then it triggers the outbound call, and then you do see then the transcribe. And so there's two tools right here, okay? So this is the voice AI tool, and we have the CRM tool. It goes hand in hand. On the voice AI, you can download the audio and recording to listen in. But with that disclaimer that you want to make sure that any audio recording will be used with their permission, right? So, yep. So yeah, no, you can do reels and everything. Yep. And then you can then send email after that, follow up. So, yep. So workflows right now can be like, you can go into the spider web of how you want it to be. It's just really understanding the flow of how you want from end at the beginning to end. And that's why when you understand your client journey, it really helps out in that stages of planning. Yep.
We're talking about having to get another number. Can you get that and not forward it to your phone and only look at it like on the computer?
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
there are so many times as wedding vendors, you get calls on Saturdays because people aren't working on Saturdays, but they don't think about the fact that you are working.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you usually take a call because it could be a vendor that's looking for you or needs something. Whereas we all have each other's phone numbers that we could call, and if it was a different number, it would just be sitting on a computer for you to get back to.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can do that one. And usually like some clients, like on their website, like dental clinics we have, so they have their offers hour number and then after hours phone number. So people then get, and then we really advise them that, hey, our out of office number or after hours number is a voice AI integrated. So we're just educating our people right now. So when you have like a new lead, like, hey, awesome, just in case you might get a voice AI from my end to call you out to follow up on this, just to make sure on how to. So we can create like workflows on those. So that's why it's tied up with voice AI, workflow, automation, and then your triggers as well. So yeah, getting fancier.
I'm a big fan of AI. I used to love it. This is not online wedding. I mean, we have our businesses, but one of the most annoying parts of my job is not follow-up, but it's qualifying the lead.
Mm-hmm.
We get a lot of spam.
Yes.
People are calling, WhatsApp, and all that stuff. So we have Gabby, and she can sit there and do all the questioning for me, and then once they say a trigger that indicates to Gabby that this is actual real lead, then she'll send it over to me.
Yeah.
So that way I don't have to waste a whole lot of time.
Yes.
Up to the front part, trying to figure out if this is a real person or not.
Yep.
I'm gonna, waste 2 hours talking to and then figure out, oh, they're just trying to get me to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, and so far those people, because I do have my voice AI in the footer of my website under EmpowerSoft, I do still get spam, but because we program, like, hey, this is like a person, the chances of they just hang up. And then on the portal, you can really see like things completed, this is hang up, user interface. So yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because our main goal, right, is really bookings. Like, I need to talk to you and you want to be ready. So you can then set up a qualifying, like, hey, this is set for a qualifying call. Or when they fill up a form in your website and then you have it as an outbound, these are the things that you need to ask in order for it to move forward, right? So again, identifying, because our time is so precious right now, and that is the most assets that we have, especially in our industry, in this industry, including myself, right now. So yeah.
And assumably, like you could set it up to do that same action, but like multiple times, so or multiple different ways. So for example, with City Barbecue, we've got these 13 different people who run the market.
Yep.
So it could connect you to the right person in the right market and access the right person's calendar.
Yes,
So
yes.
you could have it not just Joanna, but like depending on where they were, like you could be reaching out to Tony or Venetia or Kayla. Or,
Yes. So currently in the back end right now, we can tie up multiple calendars that is in our CRM. So, and then also in our calendar, we have what you call like round robin. You know, if the three of us are in the calendar, I tell the system, hey, I'm open on Monday. You're you're not available on Tuesday. So it will find the available agent or person who can talk to that person. So either we get 13 numbers that is really dedicated because we really know, okay, this is really branch one and all information, or really like a universal. And then we can just, I haven't really done, but that could be done in workflow and automation and just redirect as well. So yeah, because those are really the after hours, like events and everything that you can help and set up. And just like any other thing, if you're using phone, try to find scenarios that the voice AI can help you in that scenarios as well.
So this all sounds great. We'll talk a little bit about pricing and what's involved in having something like this.
Yeah. So it can vary. Currently, I mean, the cost of a call center is much more expensive. We are having it at $4.97 per month. And that is a 0.20 cents per minute voice interaction. So basically the 4.99 is the tool that you have wherein you can buy and set up multiple campaigns, multiple agent, multiple scenarios that you would love, and then the use per minute as well. And then that ties up with the CRM already. And then there's just a one-time setup fee of $2,500. So, because we'll sit down with you, we'll do the script. We'll basically, what would you like it to be so that it's ready, and then we support you from there. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, simply if you want to dig more and basic scenarios, you can always scan my number. I'm always available online. I'm traveling for the next 2 months, but I'll be back again by July if you want just more of a one-on-one session. So yeah.
What are some companies that you work with that you really see benefit from this?
Financial, dental office, the annual reminders of booking, financial for review as well, customer service for frequently asked questions. Those are some of the industries that we are working in. But again, this is all across. Anyone who uses a phone can integrate voice AI into their business. It's just really identifying if this is the right fit as well for the business. So yeah. Any other question? I hope this kind of like help a little bit and kind of empower you all. So if you want to test it, let me know. I'm happy to set it up. But then again, if you just want to have like a consultation of understanding what workflow automation CRM is, you all need to have your CRM in your business to capture all the leads as well is very important.
You yeah. Do website design as well?
Yes. Okay. Yep. Website branding, social media graphics, the templates with Canva, because I prefer to design and then send you the editable link so that you can all enjoy it. So yeah.
Websites are something that a lot of vendors struggle with. Digital design, building, keeping them updated, and people are always looking for website designers.
Yes, I'd love to. And here's one of our newest product for website. Let me see if I can open this. All right. So you see how so this is one voice AI, but it's now a widget.
Hi there, I'm Ella from EmpowerSoft. It's great to connect with you. If you're unsure how to use this feature, don't worry. Think of me as your assistant. I'm here to help and guide you on how our voice AI can support you. Just ask and I'll be happy to assist.
So basically what it does is that it's a widget in your website. So rather just a phone, we can integrate this bubble into your website and it can start talking with your clients. So you know how there is what you call, hey Ella, still there? Or Marissa, wherever you are.
Yes, I'm here. It sounds like you're describing a widget or tool that integrates into a website to allow real-time communication with clients, similar to how our voice AI works. At EmpowerSoft, we specialize in tools like this, including...
So that's one thing. And so you know how normally it's a widget part, like this is another AI widget, right? So that widget is really more driven into the voice. So it can be a customer support, customer help. This one is more of a widget AI. So it can be embedded and it will answer all of the things that you all would love, just like basically interactive. That this is more of the common AI right now in website. But yes, it can. You can check this one out on a website. You can input your website. It will start talking like it's your business as well. That's one of the key things that we have. But yes, we do support website build, website maintenance, WordPress, Squarespace, Wix. We do Kajabi because we do e-learning courses. So those are some other things as well that we support and help. So yeah. Yay. Thank you. Thank you.